Thanks for checking out the Borealis website. This is a episode on how to change out an internal ratchet ring for a hub in the event that you damage it. So what you have to do, there are a couple of tools that you're going to need. But first of all, you're going to have two end caps. One is going to be able to come, for the most part, right out. You should just be able to pull the non-drive side end cap out. And you'll notice that there is a notch there on both sides. And if you have a special tool like we have here, this tool is going to go in there. If you don't have that tool, be very, very careful, but you could potentially put in a small screwdriver, or we have this little pick tool, and hold it. But you just have to make sure that you don't bend these flanges here. You'll have a hard time getting the end cap back on. But if you do have that, this tool, or if you're holding it, we're just going to hold that one edge, and then you'll notice that this top cap or end cap has some grooves in it for a wrench. Now this is a very thin wrench, and if you don't have this, then I'm going to say again, be very, very careful so you don't mar the surface, and then that should just spin off. It is a threaded end cap, so that comes off. And then you got to pull out the driver. Sometimes they can be in there a little tight, so just be patient. This one comes off very easily. You always want to inspect the pawls, and then make sure that if there will be a spacer down here, you can leave that in unless you're changing the bearing. So in this case, we need to change out the ratchet ring. This one is brand new, but we have a replacement, so the idea is to do that. The only way you're going to be able to do that is you're going to need a special tool, which we can send you, or it's possible your local bike shop has it, but it may not. If you want to call Borealis, we can send one to you. We have one mounted here in a vise. We find that this works out the best. You're going to flip it over like this, and then spin it until it engages. Then you know that you've got the teeth all lined up on both the tool and the hub. And then you're going to turn it counterclockwise. It's going to be tight. We loosened this one ahead of time, but you're going to probably have to put a little bit of force into it. You're going to spin it. And then that ratchet ring needs to go a little farther. So we're just going to keep going. And you'll see that there is a washer and the ring, and that's what we would replace. You would grab a new one, and in this case, I would put it on here first. Oops. Get that washer back down. I would get it started because it's going to be hard to start it on the vise. And all right. Just a couple of threads is good. All right, so you can see that it's wobbling a little bit on me, but you're going to turn it clockwise, just normal. Once you get that started, put it back on. So you'll spin it. It'll stop. When it stops, then I'm going to say give it grab the rim, and you want to get it pretty tight. Not too tight. Don't strip it out. Don't break the spokes. Then you're back up and running like that. Now you're going to put your driver back in. And then if you spin it counterclockwise, it should engage. If not, you're going to need a tool like this to push in the pawls. I tend to do this, and then that just engages the pawls. It's in. Make sure your seal is in place. I'm going to then put it back on this tool, but again, like I said, you may have to use a different tool to hold that end. You're going to put your end cap, your threaded end cap. They're very different looking. Remember, this has the cutouts or the indentation for this tool to mount. And again, you want it tight. You don't have to really torque on it. And then this end cap Simply slides over. You can grab it, and it shouldn't. One side it won't ratchet. If you spin it the other way, it should sound just like that. That's all there is to it. Good luck.